Did you know that before World War II, no country had an air force? Countries with air forces today have them because of World War II. They wanted to take over the world. Germany first invaded Poland on September 1st, 1939. 2 days later, Britain and France declared war on Germany, but they didn't really do anything. For the first few years, most of the fighting was done by Poland, the Soviet Union, and Japan. Here's the story of the Second World War in moments. Germany, Italy, and Japan were the bad guys of the war. In 1941, Germany invaded the Soviet Union, which was a disaster. In the winter, Germany also started bombing Britain. But Britain kept on fighting with the help of their allies. In 1942, Japan started to take over Southeast Asia, but they couldn't get past the British at Singapore. The Allies began taking back land from the Germans and the Japanese. At the same time, America was getting more and more involved in the war in Europe. In 1943, the tide of war began to turn. The Germans and the Japanese began losing battles. Some of them are full of boring old stuff, but others are full of exciting history. Back then, people liked to add a lot of chili peppers to their food, but why did they do this? Well, back then, people didn't have refrigerators, so they had to find ways to keep their food fresh. Adding chili peppers was one way of doing this because they make food last longer. Also, chili peppers contain a chemical called capsaicin. Capsaicin is what makes chili peppers hot, but it also has some interesting effects on the body. It makes you sweat, and sweating can help lower your body temperature. So people probably used to eat spicy food to stay cool in the summer. If you visit the right museum, you can experience history firsthand. You can see what life was like hundreds of years ago. In 1944, the D-Day landings happened. They refused to surrender even after the United States dropped two atomic bombs on them. On August, Japan surrendered. World War II was over. On June, Allied troops took over a section of the French coast. This led to the liberation of Western Europe. At the same time, the Soviet Red Army began marching towards Berlin. In 1945, Germany lost the war. Hitler committed suicide. The Germans surrendered on May, but the war wasn't over yet. The UN's job is to keep peace around the world. Did we do it? The reason why they're so colorful is because of a new type of concrete. That's right, the ancient Romans invented concrete, but they didn't use it for roads or buildings. Instead, they used it to make sculptures. Their concrete was so advanced that many Roman statues are still standing today. Japan was still fighting in the Pacific. More than 70 million people died during the war. World War II was one of the deadliest conflicts in human history. It changed the world forever. After the war, the countries of the world formed a new international organization called the United Nations. If you want to watch more videos like this one, stay tuned. Now check out these other crazy history facts. Crazy history fact no. 1. Ancient Greek and Roman statues were actually brilliantly colored, not just bare marble or stone. Crazy history fact no. 2. You can travel back in time by visiting a museum. Not all museums are the same. Crazy history fact no. 3. Food was a lot spicier 100 years ago.